I'm just going to show you how to create a custom audience based off of your website traffic. So you want to jump into your Audiences tab on the top left-hand corner here. And once this loads, we're just going to click on Create Audience, which is just here. And you want to do a custom audience. And to create it from website traffic, the selection is here, number 2. So this is going to allow you to create custom audiences based on specific URLs, or you can create a audience based on total website visitors. You'll see in a second. So this is where if you've got your Facebook pixel down, you can see it's green here, which means that the pixel's been firing recently. So we want to include anyone who has visited my website basically in the last 30 days. So if I was to name the audience, I will call it all website visitors past 30 days maybe, and then you'd create that audience and it would populate in your audiences section of your ads manager. But to create one based on specific URLs, what you want to do is change this, and you want to go people who visit specific web pages, right? So a good example of this is capturing an audience for anyone who has visited your checkout page. So here's an example of the URL here. And you want to say that the URL contains, and this is where you would put the end string of your URL for your checkout page. So anyone who's added products to the shopping cart for an e-commerce site, for example, would have hit this page and the pixel would have fired for that user on this page. So that's going to capture an audience for anyone who's visited the checkout page. So you can stop there and create an audience to retarget these users. But you can also further refine it. So one thing I think would be a good idea to do, for example, is you want to exclude users who have visited the page following the shopping cart, so the checkout confirmation page, the thank you page, which means that they've landed on the shopping cart and they've also converted. So in this instance, you would also use specific web pages, URL contains, and then the end string of the thank you page. So that's the page that a user would see after they've made a purchase. And you're excluding those because you want to retarget. In this instance, you could retarget people who have landed on the checkout page but not purchased. So you could retarget on Facebook and send them maybe a further 10% off coupon voucher to try and get them to go in and complete the purchase process. So that's one way of using a remarketing audience, using URL strings on your website, and just noting that this does require you to have the Facebook pixel down. Without the Facebook pixel, you're not going to be able to collect any of these audiences.